Folks, two good pieces of information this weekend in the United States. So, we had rain Saturday night on the farm. Fantastic. We had 0.7 inches, 2 centimeters of rain, enough to get the crop off to a good start. Now we're still very dry, so we need more rain again soon, but that's a nice start and the crops will pop out of the ground quite nicely now. Number two, America is starting to open up again. That means stores and restaurants are slowly going back to normal with precautions for the COVID-19. But folks, I need to talk to you seriously about what opening up means, because there's lots of different preconceptions about what this means. Stay tuned. Folks, when we have reopening, that doesn't mean that cases of COVID-19 are expected to go to zero. What we have done with the lockdown all around the world is to flatten the curve. Flatten the curve means eventually most people are going to be infected with COVID-19, but we want to flatten the curve so that we don't overload the hospitals with serious cases. Fortunately, we see that many cases of COVID-19 don't require any hospitalization. It's just like a bad cold. But what I want you to understand is that the number of cases of COVID-19 may actually increase a little bit when we come out of this lockdown. Why is that so important to understand? Because when we come out of lockdown, we start mixing with more people, we have more chance of some exposure. And we're going to take all of the precautions, keep our distance, do everything we can to minimize that exposure, but in fact, it does have to go up slightly. So, why am I talking about this in terms of health and fitness? Because as I've said before, there is only one thing that we can do to fight COVID-19, and that is make sure our immunity is as good as possible. That means we have to have the best health and fitness, because these are the two things that drive our immunity capability. So folks, let's talk about the eating part first. We have to eat until we have full nutrition. When we have full nutrition, our bodies have the best chance of making the most antibodies possible. The white blood cell content in our blood actually improves when we have good nutrition. That is very important because this is what actually fights disease inside of our body. There are a number of foods that actually contribute to good immunity, and those are the ones that are always considered healthy, but there are some that are particularly higher in healthy. Folks, there are foods that are healthy. Folks, there are some exceptional foods that are even, folks, there are foods that are the very, very highest of the ability to help with immunity building. So I thought I'd review some of those from the internet. One, pomegranate. Pomegranate is a Mediterranean fruit. You can buy this in terms of a juice. It's not available so much in the US, it's quite common in Asia. Folks, there are a number of foods that are at the very, very highest of the ability to help our bodies build immunity, so I touch on these briefly. Green tea is one. Tomatoes is another. Nuts, particularly pecans, is yet another. Next is the berries, like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, all very, very good. And if you want to get more fancy, oyster sauce used in Asian cooking is very good. Another is pomegranate. Pomegranate is a Mediterranean Folks, another one is oyster sauce used in Asian cooking and pomegranate. If you don't know, and pomegranate. Folks, a couple more are oyster sauce used in Asian cooking, pomegranate, a fruit, and mushrooms. So you can consider all of these. You can consider especially looking out for these types of foods if you really want to get the biggest boost, the quickest in your diet. Next, folks, we have to talk about exercise. Exercise has a lot of benefits in terms of our immunity. It may not seem obvious, but when we exercise, we actually are building our immune system as well. If we exercise, we lose weight, this is actually beneficial. If we get our blood sugar under control, another big benefit. And usually you get that through diet and exercise. Another one is that when you exercise, your circulatory system is being ramped up, being boosted to be in a better condition, and this also helps your immune system because the more blood you have circulating, the more ability you have to fight disease. So now another one is that when you do high intensity exercise, you get two more benefits. The heavy breathing that you have in high intensity exercise, this actually helps clean out your airways. Second one, not so comfortable for many people to talk about, but it's sweating. You think about your skin when we do a washing of our hands with our cleansers for COVID-19. We are washing the outside of our skin. But you folks all know that skin is actually quite permeable, right? Because when we sweat, we have water from inside is coming out to cool our body's surface. But when you sweat, it's more than just water coming out. It's actually oils, salts, bacteria, and virus that's stuck inside of those pores. So sweating is actually therapeutic to remove those bad things. So you think about the stuff that's icky in the sweat. If you can sweat it out, take a shower and wash clean, you have one way of purging your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of your body, and it's your first defense against whatever is coming from the outside to attack your body. So sweating is another good one. You should try to sweat a little bit several times per week. It's really quite good for immunity. So I hope you found all this helpful. And folks, remember, when we're going to open back up again, don't expect the cases of COVID-19 to go down. They might actually go up a little bit. And that's very much okay. It means we're getting past the curve and we're getting more interaction so we can tolerate a little bit higher level and move forward with our economy, move forward with our lives. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. Any questions, please give me comments back. I'm trying to help everybody with detailed understanding on how health and fitness is beneficial for us. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.